Hello, everybody, and welcome to this resumption of the Le Mans Odyssey after a Grand Theft Auto enforced break. Well, mainly that, but also a bit of college. But it is the 46th episode where I've just reached my first game of the preseason against KRC Genk, and I don't really want to go any further than this without making a video since it has been a while since I made a video, and I'll just warn you again in advance, this might be one of many times where I have to take a few days out um, for college related reasons. It's not too bad at the minute, but it could get a lot worse. And obviously, since Grand Theft Auto Online is coming out on the 1st of October, that will be a major talking point for me with my recreation time as well. So just be warned. While I am still very intrigued with the save, I just haven't been putting my time in to play it. But I do apologise, but I'm sure you can't blame me. I did my very best for you over the summer. And just a few things I'd like to point out. We start our season at home to Laval, then Monaco, who were re-promoted, and they still have Yaya Sanogo, then Toulouse, PSG, and Lens. So very hard first 5 games of the season, um, and then it kind of switches around and so on and so forth. So it's not going to be easy. Our debt problems continue to exist, but they were calmed slightly as the board invested money. We got some prize money in, and we made some transfers to get rid of some wages. But it's just not looking good. So we've realised we're in a bit of trouble, and we're no longer aiming for Europa League minimum this season. We're going to try and get a top half finish, as that's what I asked my board. But as you can see, I still have a reasonable transfer and wage budget considering we're in debt, but I've had to do some work to the team. Most noteworthy is Hossein Boras, my backup goalkeeper, the very talented but always moaning backup goalkeeper, I might add. I've decided to finally buckle to the pressure and let him out on loan to see if he is worthy of this team for once and for all. Um, he is on big wages, and we've gotten a good deal out of him. Montpellier will pay all his wages and 40k per month, so that is going to be handy to make a few extra bob over the months. Um, as for their number one choice goalkeeper, he is getting on a bit, so hopefully Montpellier will do us a favour and play him as often as possible. The only noteworthy player to been let go is Alexander Gurnt. I didn't really get the best out of him last season. I felt it was the right time to go. He only scored 4 times for the club in league competitions and just a few times overall in the cup, so I had to let go. We've sent one guy out on loan so far. Doesn't look too great, but we may as well get rid of him. And then Nasser Shadley, the greedy bitch, he has taken a small deal with I think a small Belgian club, but he's asked me to pay 7 grand per week, so I'm not really too pleased with that, but I didn't have a choice. I didn't think he was good enough anymore, as you can see by his crappy stats and all that. So the recording actually crashed there, so I hope it sounds okay, but that's the end of that. As for people we brought in, Felice Farelio returns. I felt he was a trustworthy left back to cover Ali Bamba, and he played 16 times, providing no noteworthy assists or goals, but he was very solid and he got the job done. I've still got plenty to do, I think, but one thing I have done is bring in a striker who can head the ball. We'll just look at his target man abilities, for example. So he's got 16 finishing, 17 heading, 13 jumping, 13 strength, and as a 21-year-old that will be very handy. And he can also sort of play the wings, but we just need someone who can do similar things to Fusiani Cisse. I believe this young man will be that kind of player. And then at the absence of Nasser Shadley, I've decided to bring Elias Haguel in from Lazio on loan. We have good history of bringing Frenchmen in on loan from from Italy, I should say, such as Samaritano, who's now retired. Hopefully he will enjoy his retirement. He was a great servant to the club. But this young man, 21 years old, looks okay, and hopefully he'll be back up to Amirishvili. But I decided not to pay his 100% wages. I just had a little loan fee just to make absolutely sure he wouldn't take up too much of the wage bill. I don't know who else I could bring in. We're just mainly graduating the youths to fill in absent positions. Let me think of one who's here. Lamine Mbai. He's not amazing, but he could still grow. He's on big wages for such a player who's never played a game for us yet. So hopefully he'll develop and prove even half the worth. So Fuhad Touil will be taking the place of Samaritano. He looks okay, not perfect, but he'll be handy enough just to provide some backup in cup games and stuff, as we need to do much better in the cups this year. Anthony Delads, he could go out on loan, but I don't. Oh, have I actually made him available for loan? Fuck. I don't really want that, to be honest, but without another striker in on loan ourselves, Delads will just he'll just have to stay here. He's been here his whole career, but he's gradually starting to decline, and he had his worst ever season with 3 goals and 1 assist in 12 games. So I feel bad for the kid, but that's just the way. Siebe Shrivers needs to book up his ideas after the amazing season of 25 goals. He's forgotten his shooting boots, and he must improve if he's ever going to make an impact with this club. And Aloin Diarra's here. We've graduated some goalkeepers as well. Ousmane Diaw is actually good enough for international duty, and we'll hope he can improve his stats. He's not that much worse than what's his name? My head is totally scrambled. Hossein Boras, yeah, that's it. He's there, and then Jordan Martin can take up from Sully Montari as a defensive midfielder or regular midfielder. Just the kind of man I need. He can win the ball or play deep lying, so all good in the hood, and hopefully we'll see plenty of our youngsters this season. But man of the season last year was actually Zhang Stuasi. He continues to grow. He could be a highly valuable player for us this season yet again. I don't think he's actually learned any French, which is amazing. Yeah, still fluent just in Chinese, but what a signing he's proven to be for just £1 million. And hopefully Koulibaly will be here for the most part this season. He was injured for quite a bit, and that really pissed me off. So hopefully we'll have more of him, and that should be that. I should also mention that Marseille are the champions of Europe for the 2nd time in their history, which gave France an extra European spot by default, but they haven't yet improved the coefficients, so we'll need to see Marseille or PSG or Montpellier doing a good job in Europe again. But I'm just a bit nervous that we're going to continue a bit of a decline unless we book up our ideas, as our most loyal servants have been getting on a bit, and we need to get a lot of work done to succeed at this 8th season. As I am sounding terribly rusty. It's just not a lot to say, but we'll see how our preseason goes in the next episode, and maybe come back for this game and discuss what the plans are for the next season. So hopefully our older servants can get the job done yet again this season, combining with some of our established youngsters. As you can see, we have 4 of them at least in the starting 11 that I propose to play, but hopefully we'll sort out the fitness and get cracking for what will hopefully be a successful season despite our continued money woes. And that'll be all for today. Tune in next time. I don't know when it will be, but there will be a next time, I promise you. So goodbye for now.